Hey everyone, I wrote a Python script to automate adding questions to the QOTD bot on Discord. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can do that completely beginner friendly. If you've never coded before, if you've never edited code before, this is the video for you. First, download the Python programming language at python.org and download Visual Studio Code, which you're going to use to edit the Python code. While I was editing, I forgot to mention that you should also install UV. UV is an extremely fast Python package and project manager, and I'm going to use this to create a virtual environment. So when you add a package, it will be added to the virtual environment instead of your base computer. When you open Visual Studio Code the first time, it might look something like this. From here, you need to open a folder. You can click on the Files icon on the top left, then click on Open Folder. You can also go to File, Open Folder instead. I am going to create a new folder called QOTD, and I'm going to select that folder. I am going to create the Python script now. So I'm just going to call this main.py, and here you can start writing Python code. For example, hello world. I am going to close this, and I'm going to open my terminal. You can open the terminal from terminal up here, then type in py main.py to execute the code to see that Python is working, just to make sure that everything is working, all right? When I want to add questions to my QOTD bot, I prepared a text file, so let's do that here. Let's create a new text file, questions.txt, and I'm going to paste in all the questions that I have in this text file. Now that we have added these questions into questions.txt, let's open main.py and let's have Python be able to read the contents of question.txt. So first I'm going to create a questions variable, okay? And I'm going to open the file, which is questions.txt. And optionally, I can set the mode to reading. By default, it's already reading. And I want to set the encoding to UTF-8. This is also very optional, but very useful if you have Unicode, so that Python can read the Unicode properly instead of a question mark symbol. And I want to be able to read it, okay? So I'm going to read what's inside of questions. I'm going to have it printed out in the console. So I'm going to execute py main.py. And as you can see here, we see the contents of questions. Yay. But there's a problem here. We are not reading this line by line. We are accessing this as one entire string. Okay? But we want to be able to split it into different lines so that we can add one question at a time. All right? So I'm going to call split lines function here at the back, and let's execute this one more time. And as you can see, we have an array of the different questions that we have in here. Yay. At this point, I want to create a new virtual environment with UV. So don't be afraid. We're just going to init UV here in this project folder, and we are going to create a virtual environment with UV venv. Wow. So to activate it, it says here to do this. And with the parentheses here at the side, it means that we have activated the virtual environment. So let's start. Was it clear? Okay, so we are going to install a package called PyAutoGUI. PyAutoGUI. And boom, very quickly, we've added the package into the virtual environment. Well, what does PyAutoGUI do, you might ask? Well, it is a library that allows us to automate keyboard actions or mouse actions like click, drag, whatever. So I'm going to create a new file called keyboard.py just to demonstrate this, okay? Very temporarily, I will call PyAutoGUI. I'm going to give it a nickname PTG because that's much shorter. I'm going to do, let's say, no, I'm going to give it some time, actually. I'm going to add some delay, and to add a delay, I need time.sleep. That means I'm going to delay it for 2 seconds, and I am going to do ptg dot click. Let me give you guys. I'm going to show. What shall this do? Let's type. Let's type right. Hello world. Why not? Okay, programmers like that. So UV to execute a UV environment stuff, you just do UV run keyboard.py. Okay, and I did not type that. The Python script did that. Okay, so this is going to be very important for us to do in here. So right now, very quickly, we want to write a for loop. Since questions is an array, we are able to write a for loop. So I'm going to do for question in questions. And I'm going to print what is the question, right? So I'm going to do uv run main.py. And as you can see, we can access one question at a time, which is separated from different lines. Okay, so let's figure out what keyboard actions we want the Python script to do. So we have the QOTD deck name here, and I'm going to do /card add space QOTD name here, QOTD deck name here. And here is where we enter the text. So let's just apply that in our Python script. So in this for loop, remove the print question, and I will import the PyAuthor.GUI as ptg, and I'm also going to import time because there are some delays that happen there. So I am going to call ptg type write /card add space, and that is going to do this. Okay, and at this point we can type in the deck name very quickly. Type write. You don't need, you can do it in the same thing, but just for, let's say you want to change to a different deck name, that's why I'm doing it on a different line. So I'm going to type in the deck name as QOTD deck name here. And I'm going to have PyAuthor.GUI press tab. So so I don't have all of this at the top of my head. I'm referring to the Python script at the same time. If you want to know what PyAuthor.GUI offers, you can always Google search the documentation for PyAuthor.GUI. All right. Now, after we press tab, it should open the deck name automatically. Okay, and you'll be skipped to text. Now, this is where we do ptg.typewrite the question. Okay, and we are very close to success. After we finish typing the question, I am going to press enter. Okay, and this will just repeat, and that is all. I'm pretty sure. Let's just test it out. uv run main.py, and I am going to, you know what, when I press this, it's going to execute immediately. So I like to have some delay there. And another delay that I forgot is here. After I type this, there's going to be some time. So I'm going to give it a 2-second delay here, and I'm going to set a 2-second delay here. I'm going to execute uv run main.py. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to quickly change it to this part. And question 1 is added. Question 2 is added. And this is how you can automate everything with Python. That's it for my video. I hope you learned a lot. If you like this video, please like it down below. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. Please follow my Twitch, follow my other socials as well, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And I'll see you guys next time, whether it's on stream or whether it's another YouTube video. Okay, bye.